Well, here we are, guys. The market looks to be like it is officially back. Bitcoin new all-time highs, pressing 110,000 for BTC. Every crypto pretty much in their brother is up into the green zone, and we're going to be talking about kind of what's going on as this relates to XRP, okay? And I know there is a disconnect between XRP holders and Bitcoin holders, but this video will kind of tie a lot of things together because right now we're seeing a little bit of a similarity to 2017, and this is a huge moment, I think, for XRP holders because just a couple days ago, right, everybody was panicking, right? All this technical analysis, all these predictors and metrics that we are looking at, historical markers indicating that XRP would dip below $2 and the bears would take over crypto. Not so fast. Right now, Bitcoin's pumping and the market is kind of following suit. We all know, though, kind of how altcoin season works. If you aren't familiar, technically, when that dominance does fall off the wayside a little bit, we do get that surge from altcoins. XRP, for me, though, kind of in its own category, so I don't really consider it a crypto that will follow suit with the rest of the previous kind of altcoin seasons that we have had. I think it could do its own thing and kind of it can go at its own pace regardless of what Bitcoin's doing, regardless of what all the other altcoins are doing, okay? So let's get down into the discussion. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Mark. Appreciate you all tuning in, stopping by. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel. We have talked XRP. I'm talking pre 60 cents, even back before anybody probably even knew what it was, to be honest. But since we started doing this YouTube thing, it has been a feature where we do talk about XRP. I am a holder of XRP, and it's a crypto that I feel very passionate about. So that's why we're going to talk about it right now in this video. So before we get into it, we did talk a little bit about the charts. I want to share with you guys kind of what we have going on in terms of if you are looking to trade crypto. I am affiliated with BTCC. I do have a link down below. And with that link, you do get 10% bonus on your first time deposit. Spot and leverage trading with 40% lower trading fees. There's no KYC VPN necessary. So check it out. 14 plus years in the industry. If you want to start trading with me on BTCC, that's kind of where I will have a link where you can find a link to their website. Sign up with that code that will be automatically applied. And then from there, guys, make the best decision for yourself if you want to start trading on this platform. Okay. Just make sure it's right for you and where you're located and understand the terms and conditions. But this is what we came here to talk about. All right. This is the big elephant in the room, in my opinion, right? The XRP price right now, mirroring some of the 2017 rally that we did have back when XRP hit all-time highs. I want to get into some of the similarities and some of the differences, and I will tie this all together with some of my thoughts and commentary as we get a little deeper into it. Okay, so let's do it. And first, I do want to tell you guys, I will pull up the trading view, so that way, as you follow along, we can kind of get into some of the conversation of what the actual chart looks like, and that's what we're going to pull up right now, okay? And there you can see it right here on TradingView. I will kind of give you a little sneak peek into my trading indicator. This is some premium content, but we did flash momentum up, okay? And this was back on May 19th. The momentum up indicator did flash just 2 days ago. And as we zoom in here on the daily, boy, does that little trend line look nice, as we talked about kind of how we could mimic in the short window, this little run that we had on April 7th, and then once again on May 7th, seemingly looking like every 7 days XRP goes on a little bit of a burst, okay? And that would bring us to, potentially around that June 6th, June 7th, June 8th. If we want to go about 30 days out, that's when that would start to shift. And we are seeing that indication right now by the momentum up that we are having. And that's kind of where we're going to lead to me talking about over these moving averages, what we potentially could be running into. All right. And this is not financial advice. It's just kind of me connecting the dots a little bit with what we're, kind of anticipating, right? Nobody has that crystal ball. I'm not going to sit here on YouTube and try to pretend like I'm, a genie in a lamp and going to tell you guys, hey, June 7th, buy XRP now. This is what XRP will pump to. You're not going to find that here on this channel. A lot of other people will kind of get the pom-poms out and talk about it like that. Me, not so much. It's just not my style, okay? But if we look back and we look at the historical data, okay, and that's kind of where we saw a 22.9%, so we'll call it 23%. And then from this one, guys, we saw, let me measure this one off. This one here, we saw about 28%. So from a mean perspective, we're looking at about a 28.5 roughly percent move into the green, give or take. We'll call it 27 just to be wholesome and just for argument's sake, okay? And that's where I'm going to get rid of that. And then we are going to take from where we were at right here from this valley that did form. Okay, so 27%, if we look at it from there, and this is all roughly, it's all approximate. There's really no way to firmly estimate where we would be headed. Okay, guys, we're talking about $2.92 XRP, and this would be roughly about 30 days out. That's where we're looking to the potentiality for a little bit of June 6th, June 7th. So if you want to kind of align this from where we were at, this would be where it takes us to the 7th of June, and I'm going to draw this box so you guys can see. So this is kind of where I'm looking at, right? This is not, the gospel. It's not me telling you guys go buy XRP. I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto, but just in my personal opinion, this is kind of where I could see XRP really getting into that $2.90 category, that territory where we're pushing on $3. That's just how I feel about it, right? It's not a crystal ball. It's not a magic indicator that I have. This is just kind of a hunch that I'm going to tell you guys. It would not shock me if around June 5th, June 6th. And that's funny, though, because historically, the summer months have been kind of a laggard as it relates to cryptocurrency and price movements. But if we get into the conversation a little deeper, the other thing you have to keep in mind is that we did have kind of a stall, right? A delay. When Donald Trump took office, we had the tariffs kind of imposing the force onto the price action that we had in a lot of crypto, a lot of traditional finance as well. And that's kind of what's left us with a big question mark is when will we have that lull of the summer months, or if we will just run right into altcoin season head on, okay? And that's what I'm going to kind of ask you guys right now. Leave a comment down below. Do you agree with this? Could you see $2.90 by June 6th, June 7th? I think that's pretty fairly realistic personally, and that's kind of what I'm going off of. I've been buying XRP ever since it drops below $2, and that's why we talk about it every day and continue to update you along the way. But I do want to talk about kind of the main discussion here, and this is where we're going to get into this this mirroring 2017 similarities as we talk about kind of the similarities that we've had. And will we see XRP rally to double digits as we saw in 2017? Okay. Now, this was done from a lot of people comparing, and I will kind of pull this full screen for you guys in another window, and that way you can see it for yourselves. Okay, and forgive me because the graphics are a little bit blurry, but you can see how we had a 1,200-day span of consolidation back in 2014 to 2017, followed by this first green, I guess you'd call it escalator, but this zone where we were definitely green, and this ran from about 2017 all the way up to the early part of 2018. And then from there, guys, the descending trend line, it spanned another 2,400 days, all the way up into 2025 to where we're at right here, right now. And you can see kind of this circle here, and that's going to indicate pretty much basically the reason why this was longer than usual is because this was pretty much the duration of the SEC litigation, and as the XRP token was suppressed during this time period, okay? But as we look into 2025, if we were to see this, guys, in the same percentage increase that we did have over that same time span, this is where you look into the potential where there's a lot of crypto analysts out there thinking double digits. The first one out there, $40. The second one, $27 to $33, right? And I understand the game. I'm not an idiot, all right? This is where I'm a crypto trader first, YouTuber, influencer, whatever you want to call it, second, okay? That's not what I'm going to get down with, right? If you do repeat the 2017 historical cycles, then yes, proportionally, sure. That's where we went up over 61,000% in 280 days, dating back from that span from 2017 where XRP went parabolic. Now, I think that that's more something where we need to talk about this one here, rallying as high as $5, and that's coming out from Raoul Pal. I think that's more so aligned to with my expectations, right? That $5 to $10 window without really any huge catalyst, right? If you don't add inflows, you don't add liquidity, and it's just kind of speculation and what we have right now in the market as it relates to XRP, just continuing for the next few months, then yeah, I don't see a parabolic move from $27 to $40, right? I'm not going to see double-digit XRP outside of maybe a $10 to $15 range. But me, I'm more aligned with that $2.90 all the way up to $5 in that little bit of a span that we're going to have, like I alluded to on the chart, okay? But we are in a bullish phase. I think if you look into some of the TA behind that, right, you want to talk about some of the, we could talk about kind of the waves and how that all kind of ties into the Elliott wave theory. If you're not familiar with that, do a quick Google search, play around with some charts for yourselves. But you could see kind of where we're looking into wave B of its second wave in that corrective move. And then if you do have that, then the current all-time high could rally. We could see a rally to the current all-time high that we recently obtained once the B and C waves are completed in this corrective wave 2. And then from there, guys, the double digits would ensue. As we all know, kind of the next wave is one of the bullish ones along the way, outside of getting to wave 5, which that's a whole nother discussion. So as we look at it right now, guys, $2.30 for XRP. Pull it up on the charts for you guys right now. I'll take it. Okay, it's a 1.2% move on the day. On a day where Bitcoin has all of the steam and all the momentum, altcoins such as XRP, unless something was coming out from a macro headline, I don't expect a lot of alts to run and follow suit in this short term, but I do think that eventually people will start kind of shuffling again, like we saw back when Bitcoin recently hit when 106 was the all-time high, 107. Kind of what we're seeing on the charts right now. Okay, so that's what I'll leave you with. We're going to continue to follow it. I think that right now XRP is heating up. I don't think that's something that is out of the ordinary in a market like this where really anything is truly unpredictable. But I can tell you guys one thing. All eyes are on Bitcoin. XRP, I think, is just, I don't want to say due, but they will have their time in the sun. But right now with what we've had, some of the FUD within that Cynthia Loomis fiasco when they canceled the meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, it's all fine. It's just another headline along the way. It'll be weathered. I think the big stuff coming is the ETF as well as the Circle acquisition, if that does go through. But I wanted to share with you guys my price predictions, kind of looking into the charts as well. And I hope you appreciate this daily update. If you do, give me a follow. Follow me on X. There's a link down below in the description. Also, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. And if you want to get signed up and start trading with BTCC, that link is down below as well. Appreciate you all watching once again, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.